Dean Davison, liveweatherblogs.com, your office here. Overnight outlook, severe weather outlook coming up here. We have some situations going on. We have a lot of severe weather along the coast, whether it be flooding or whether it be severe weather itself, tornadoes and severe thunderstorm, damaging winds and flooding. Roanoke Valley, we're under flood watch. It goes all the way up to D.C., up towards Philadelphia. We have the middle part of the state of Pennsylvania, all the way out through Ohio under a flood watch. There's flood warning going on now in Kentucky and in the state of North Carolina. We're going to go into the areas of interest as we go along here. Alright, let's first start with what we see on the surface here in the Roanoke Valley. Here's the setup we have right now. We have that low back here in Kentucky, and we have the warm front. What this is doing is bringing the low-level jet, the LLJ, when I write LLJ, it's low-level jet, from the southeast over this area. Wind coming out of the southeast and upper levels, this low-level jet is 60 knots or above on the low-level jet as it pushes in. When it hits the front, the winds will shift more to a easterly component, and behind the front, the westerly component. So what that has done is given this entire area a lot of shear. We're talking about good shear levels in Virginia and North Carolina. And this, with cold air damming up against the mountains at this point, now starting to warm up with the low-level jet, this can cause the instability needed for the possibility of highly damaging winds and isolated tornadoes this evening and overnight. And the worst thing about this is that you get these overnight possible tornadoes, and nocturnal tornadoes are the number one killer. So something we have to keep an eye on here tonight. But the triad, this area I'm going to draw on right here, this area is the highest risk area for tornadoes as we go on through the night. So Roanoke I would include in this, definitely the triad, and go down to South Carolina, and as it moves to the east, it'll start cutting it off. But there's the areas that we're projecting, and even the Storm Prediction Center is projecting a higher level in Central and South Virginia, and also into North Carolina and South Carolina over the next few hours. And this thing is all going to move up towards the Philadelphia area. We may actually have severe weather all the way through Delaware, New Jersey, all the way back down through eastern Virginia during the morning hours tomorrow. Current radar via WDBJ, you can see this is very slow moving. What this is doing, though, is it's pumping up the temperatures in Roanoke, Martinsville, Danville. This whole area is going to get warmer, and when I say the temperatures, you'll see that. And that's not good, because that's the low-level jet kicking in. And when this front finally progresses to the east, it's going to run up against the mountains, and that's going to be where we're going to have the problems overnight this evening. These flash flood warnings down here near Boone. So the triad in South Central Virginia, we're going to probably be in for a long night. See the newest mesoscale discussion here. This is just south of Roanoke, and I would include it. That's why I'm a little... this is probably going to project north, especially with the temperatures the way they are getting. Damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes with the line of convection as it moves to the north. Taking a look at temperatures here at 8 o'clock. Look at 64 in Martinsville. Now I'm getting to Roanoke 56. 60 here in Lynchburg. You can see where the cutoff is. I wouldn't be as much worried back here along the Appalachian Trail. But when it's pushing up against it, we're talking east of the Blue Ridge. This is the area that's going to be in the best risk for severe weather. And that's because of the low-level jet. Like I said, we're talking about the level jet. It's kicking in. Obviously, when you get 60-degree temperatures, and the temperature 2 hours ago was about 52, you can see where we're going with this. This is a projecting over the next couple days. We'll get cold, but there you go. The warm-up is definitely here, and is due to the low-level jet after the warm front. Warm front's sitting, you can see where the warm front actually probably is sitting right along the Appalachians. And that'll also increase the rainfall for the Appalachian area, so 2 inches plus is likely. National temperatures, you can see where we got the front located at. And it's pushing here, now the warm front's cut, and there's where your cut is, and this is the area with greatest risk of severe weather. I'll outline that here in a second. Here's our slight risk zone: Lynchburg, Roanoke, Charlottesville, D.C., Baltimore, Norfolk, down here through the Triad, South Carolina, and Georgia. This is our area and our Tornado threat a little less, is a little less, but no 10% higher. 5% is still a good amount for tornadic probabilities. Hail, very unlikely, and wind is a huge threat. Here's our sounding here, latest sounding coming in. Southeast winds to the south. Here, strong winds, strong, turning with the winds with height. So, still have that tornado probability. That's Roanoke's sounding, as it was just launched about 25 minutes ago. One of the issues we were talking about also was here. We have the winds coming out of the southeast, up against the mountains, as this pushes to the west. So that's puts that zone in an area. And there is a good amount of shear profiling going on here, and we're definitely pushing some lift into the atmosphere. You can see how this line moves to the east. You might see some isolated tornadoes inside of it. Wind speed, 12 mile an hour in Blacksburg and Roanoke, 10 in Lynchburg. You see that southerly wind pushing in. Definitely have some interesting wind coming from the south. It's going to Luffield 20, but so again, that warm air influx up against cold air damming. So the warm air underneath the cold air, that's going to be definitely give thunderstorms to form. Here's something else going on last night. Yazoo City. I mean, this is crazy. Yazoo City got hit by another tornado, EF2, 150 mile an hour winds. 0 fatalities, 0 injuries, just a good thing. Path length 2 and a little over 2 miles, and a little over a football field in width. And also a second tornado, that's tornado 1, tornado 2. We're looking at, it went from 11 and a half miles with a 2 football field length. This is the EF2 with 125 mile an hour from it. So Yazoo City actually had 2 tornadoes occur last night. So there is the situation. The situation I want to talk about also tonight is the fact that if we have the situation like we're going to have tonight, first of all, I'm not going to be able to see a tornado. It's going to be rain wrapped first. Secondly, it's dark. It's nocturnal. And so if I was in the Roanoke area, if I was in D.C. even, and Philly and all them areas, because it's going to just all come and check to the north a little bit, have your weather radio on alert for your overnight hours, and check back in with your local TV media or liveweatherblogs.com. They also, I'm going to be on here as long as I can tonight to keep giving updates. Alright, let's go into our forecast then. We got heavy rain. Chances to be a thunderstorm is 46. 46 is the low. I'm having a hard time believing we're going to get 46, especially right now when we have the temperature's been going up and it's almost 60 here in Roanoke. So our lows already occurred. Chance of showers in the morning, then quitting during the day, 48. It'll drop to 30s by the end of the day, 28 Wednesday night, Thursday, 45. 47 on Friday, 46 on Saturday, and we may get some more precipitation coming in by Sunday or Monday. And for the triad, severe thunderstorms, 49 overnight, well, still warmer than that. 53 dropping Wednesday, 46 on Thursday, 47 Friday, 47 on Saturday. So severe weather tonight. We'll keep you updated here at liveweatherblogs.com. For liveweatherblogs.com, this is meteorologist Dean Davison, and we'll keep you updated. Have a safe night. Keep those weather radios on alert.